we have fulfilled all righteousness too many times.
So as of
we cannot afford that they make a fool of us.
Why have Sowore'S Surties not come forward? By Umar Saad Hassan. There was an air of certitude to the DSS call for Omoyele Sowore'S Surties to come and pick him up. The Buhari administration has never hidden its intention to hold onto him, and one ordinarily would expect his lawyers, former PDP youth leader and activist Deji Adeyanju and others that went to pick him up to be begrudgingly be told so. But the DSS instead came to the media to relay its predicament. By the time his spokesperson, Peter Afunanya, said they couldn't release him to a mob and asked what if he got hit by a car, my suspicions had reached a crescendo. The man appeared to know those Surties won't come forward and was using that to stunt Sowore'S people. Everyone supporting Sowore believes he is being punished for nothing other than wanting the best for his country, and it is mind-boggling that when the power to free the man finally leaves Buhari and his DSS, those clamoring for his release dug and refused to, at the very least, urge his Surties to visit the DSS. You can't be screaming free Sowore when you haven't gotten his Surties to visit the DSS and shut down the one of excuse they so confidently put forth. The first thing the DSS said was that no one came to pick him up, and now they have said he will only be handed to Surties. Why it is perfectly understood that the Buhari administration has, over the last 4 years and 6 months, exhibited an unprecedented regard for the rule of law. It has never publicly promised to release a person upon the fulfillment of a condition and failed. It at least deserves the benefit of the doubt. To be realistic, no sane person would insist on fighting the propriety of the authorities, insisting he must be handed over to Surties instead of rescuing him from detention. So what really is the problem? Are Sowore'S Surties high-profile politicians or businessmen that wouldn't want to risk offending Buhari? Well, the odds are he knew their identities from the very moment they presented themselves to the court. Were they threatened? As part of Sowore'S bail conditions, he was to deposit the sum of 50 million naira to the court. Sowore may not be poor, but that is a hefty sum for a man like him. Okay, say he scrapped that up. One also has to consider that for his co-accused, the lesser-known and affluent Olawale mandate Bakari to fulfill his, which he did, he was required to put forth 20 million naira. That is 70 million naira altogether. It's more probable than not that someone important sympathized with them, maybe more than one. Could it be that these same sympathizers stood as Surties and were subsequently ham-twisted into abandoning him? Sowore is up against the government of the Federal Republic, and his adversary is in a position to issue potent threats to just about any politician or businessman in this country, rich enough to cough out that much for someone else's bill. Just one of the Surties being absent would automatically mean that they fall short of DSS condition of release. Something is not right, and that Sowore'S people haven't fixed a date to accompany his Surties to the DSS office amidst much fanfare more than anything suggests the core members of his movement have conceded to the wishes of the Surtie or Surties and are appropriate and appreciative enough of their efforts not to publicize their identity and identities. Sowore'S lawyer, Femi Falana, has been the most vocal of his camp, and in as much as his dedication to fighting injustice is more commendable, right now he should only be heard bemoaning the refusal of the DSS to hand over Sowore despite his Surties making themselves available, and not just Justice Ojuku's order did not specify that he be handed to those that will guarantee his presence in court. In as much as he is saying the truth, the DSS would sell itself as taking precautionary measures in the name of national security, and also why, if he was such a fan of strict sense, he didn't insist on transferring Sowore to either the Suleja or Kuje's prisons, from the cozy DSS detention facility he chose to stay when the court ordered him to be moved to Ada. Enough of the free Sowore crisis. Enough of the free Sowore crisis. The needful at the moment is addressing head-on why Sowore Surties have not come forward to put him out of his misery. That is the right thing to do. This article is written by Umar Saad Hassan. Is based in Kano. You know, the guy has said, made his own points. You know, he has made his own opinion known, and he's just still questioning. He's been asking questions, and no one could really answer the questions. Of course, he might know the questions, but if you know the questions and you believe that everybody should know the reason why all of these things are happening, then the question again is that then why are they not doing anything? Why is the government not doing anything with all the flimsy excuses they brought before the public? Then why are they still holding this guy? And from his own submission, from what I can deduce from his own submission is that I think there's no big deal about it. Then let the shorties be there so that this one excuse that is, you know, that they are using to use as a blackmail to blackmail the Sowore and his people, you know, it will be erased. Then let's see what is going to happen again. And from all indications, a lot of lawyers have said there is no need, that it is not the duty of the DSS to say they need to be to see Surties before Sowore can be released. A lot of people, a lot of lawyers have said that over and over again, and they wouldn't want to, you know, to fall for the pranks of a DSS.
We are aware of this statement that that has been released, that it's because the shorties have not come forward. Now that they've said that it's out in the public, what is the legal team doing? Like he said, to fulfill all righteousness. We're talking about a man's freedom here.
Like I've already said, we have fulfilled all righteousness too many times.
So as of
we cannot afford that they make a fool of us.
Have the shorties gone is what Shaitan is saying. They've gone.
The shorties have no business whatsoever with the DSS.
But they're saying they will not leave him if the shorties don't come. So
that's lawlessness. We can't allow it to slide because they hold him in detention. I mean, it's lawlessness. There's no provision. First, they said we didn't come on time. We went. Second, they said, oh, we didn't have anybody to release him to. I mean, that's even unfortunate. Is he a kid?
Okay, since you're saying it's
we can't continue to allow them every time they bring up useless, funny excuses. We can't.
So, guys, in my own opinion, there is fire on the mountain, and just like Umar Hassan was saying, that could it be that some of those shorties, they really don't want to come out or to present themselves and see, and so that they will not be, Buhari will not be offended. In what way? I don't just understand. And the question I've been asking, and no one has really answered that, which I would like you guys to be able to tell. When the judgment was given and when the court order was given, the day Sowore was to be released, does it mean this DSS, any of their personnel, none of them was in the court at that day to have even seen the shorty? Or was it done in secrecy that the people from the DSS maybe were not allowed to be there in the first place? Because if really they were there, they ought to have known. And this issue of we didn't get the information on time, we didn't get the court order, we didn't get the verbal order from the court in the first place, wouldn't have occurred. So does it mean they were not there? Were they not supposed to be there when the judgment was given, when the order was given? Because I don't know why this whole thing is really bringing something that is unnecessary. And from all indications, it shows that this present administration, or the president, so to speak, is not ready to obey law, court order. And people have been saying we are now in military era. This one is even worse than military era. It's like, Nigerians were deceived. Oh, I'm a changed Democrat, and now see what is happening. And somebody is standing and nobody can say anything. Even the court cannot even say anything. Does it mean the president is above the court, is above the judiciary? Everybody should be able to submit to the authority of the constitution and law of any country. And is this how They will not come out and tell us, oh, we are patriotic. Patriotic in this manner? On what ground? Just like the lawyer said, they don't have any business with the shorties. So does it mean they want the lawyers or the shorties or whatever to bow to the lawlessness of the DSS, because it is lawlessness according to what the lawyer said? So what is all of this all about? Just like the writer said, okay, if that's the only thing that will make them release him, that they should just give in and let the shorties appear before DSS. But the lawyers are saying it has never been done. It has never been done. It is not in their right to request for DSS, for shorties, that until they see shorties before it will be released. Everybody must follow law. Everybody must follow what is in the constitution. Like people have been asking, if the DSS and the federal government, knew quite all right that they were not going to obey the court order, maybe they are not going to do anything about it, then they should have just they would have taken the position or taken the duty of the court or judiciary to have sentenced him or to do whatever they wanted to do with him, if they don't even believe in the court. And let us know that, okay, it is the judiciary, it is the executive that will be doing the work of judiciary. Because in most cases, whatever the judiciary has said, whatever the court has said, they will want to interpret it in their own way. Their job is not to interpret anything or to start looking for meaning of things which the court has already interpreted and given, taking a position upon. This is really, really pathetic. We don't even know where all of this we end. And just like the writer is saying, and that is the attitude of most Nigerians, we always like, oh, yeah, what is it? Is it not to just bring the shorties? As we are doing all of those things, trying to bend some things, when we know that we are supposed to follow law, trying to bend something, the more we try to bend something, the more things get deteriorated. And that is why we are where we are today. Because a lot of people will like, oh, is it not all this? I bet let us just do it. Let us do it. And before you know it, all those little things, they will aggravate to bigger things that we will not be able to contain, we will not be able to handle. I think in the best interest of everybody, the constitution and the law should be followed. And like the lawyer said, they cannot just give in, to the lawlessness of the DSS because they are requesting this, that they have, they have fulfilled all righteousness, because it was being asked that just to fulfill all righteousness, that they have fulfilled all righteousness over and over again. They can't just continue to be giving it to all these their excuses. So guys, I would like to hear from you, with all of these things. Do you think that the shorties should present themselves to the DSS, or the normal due process should be followed, because it is not the business of the DSS to request or to see the shorties before Sowore will be released? I don't know what you think about these things, whether they should present the shorties to them, or they should just follow the due process without presenting any shorty. The DSS should follow the rule of law. Leave your comments below in the comment section and let's have your take. Thank you very much for always being there. Bye.